Morning, 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 everybody. It's your boy, Big Lloyd Dotson. How we all doing this morning? How we all doing? It's the Thursday, and I'm so glad you could join me on this morning's version of Bigg's Morning Motor Vehicle Musings. How's everybody doing? Everybody out there joining me? You know the deal. It's your boy, Big Lloyd Dotson. Everyone calls me Big, and I come to you every Monday through Friday in my vehicle. Whether it's my Explorer, whether it's my Ford Excursion, whatever it may be, before I get into the gym over there and motivate myself and fire myself up. And I share that with all of you. So you know the etiquette. If you're joining me, make sure you shout me out. Say hi to your boy Big. Let me know where in the world you're dialing in from so I can shout you out as well before we kick this off. So, morning, James. Glad you could join me, brother. Anyone else, shout me out. Let your boy Big know. Let me know where you're dialing in from, because when I get started here, I'm drinking gasoline and I'm spitting fire, and I'm excited this morning because this morning's topic is all about one of my favorite words. Morning, Bart. Glad you could join me, brother. Morning, Heather. Glad you could join me from South Carolina. So looking forward to moving down there permanently. As I said, make sure you shout your boy out here so that you can get in on me blowing your name up and letting people know that you're on, where in the world you're joining in from, because I'm about to kick this shit off. And I tell you right now, like I said, I'm excited about today's word. You know, I feel kind of like Sesame Street. Remember that? People watch Sesame Street? Put in the comments there, who loved Sesame Street as a kid growing up? Remember they used to do the word of the day is... and they would kind of talk all about it. Well, that's how I feel sometimes when I kind of come up with a topic. Again, this is never scripted, all right? I basically drive over, and if I've read something in a comment, if I've seen something, if I hear something on the radio, it kind of sparks those wheels of going, and I, say, man, that's something I'd like to talk about and share with you. That's kind of how I did it before I started sharing on Facebook Live. Morning, Alicia. Glad you could join me. Australia in the house. Whoop, whoop. Put your hands up. Nathan Woolley, right there. See, two Australians in a row, or Aussies, as you say. Absolutely. So Sesame Street, right? So they talk about the word of the day. And so that's kind of what I used to do. Like I said, I would get myself fired up and something would inspire me and my wheels would get turning and mine's going 100 miles an hour, and I'd have to focus that energy, right? Focus that energy, because if I didn't, I'd be off here, and I've got to focus when I get to the gym, because that's the work I've got to do for that next hour so I can get myself going to do all the shit I got to do the rest of the day. But without that energy being exploded inside that gym, then guess what? I'd probably take it out on something else. What that may be. And all this comes from, I used to play football. And it's so funny because so many people say, Big, you're such a nice guy, but when you step over that line, that line on the field, you turn into a friggin' maniac. And that's just the way it was, because bottom line is, once you step across that line, all right, it's all business, right? It's all business. And there's a job you got to do. And on the field, I knew what I had to do, so I was focused on that. I was determined to be the best at what I did when I crossed that line. Because not only was I depending on myself, but other people were depending on me also. So I was determined to be the best. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, all right? There is the possibility to turn it on and turn it off. And it all comes from that word determination. You see, determination is all about those who do and those who don't. So many people try to speak to me about excuses, about what they're going through currently, and there's no way they can do that. You don't understand, Big, what I'm going through. There's no way I can do that. I won't be able to do that. I can't do that. Shut up. You're not an American. You're an American. You see, determination will get you through anything. Determination is in all of us. It just depends on the level and the percentage you want to turn that shit up. Without determination, there is no success. Without determination, there's nothing but excuse after excuse. You see, success can happen to all of us with enough determination and some sweat equity. Well, a lot of sweat equity. You see, nothing gets accomplished without work. You can sit there and say, I'm determined all you friggin' want. But if you're not willing to put in the work in order to put that determination in place, nothing happens. Determination is the deciding factor on you being where you are now and being where you want to be. Because just because you say you want to be there in that position in the future doesn't guarantee it's going to happen. There's shit that's going to come up along the way that's going to test your resolve. There's shit that's going to come up along the way that's going to test your sanity. There's shit that's going to come along the way that's going to test your strength. But if you've got determination to see yourself through all that bullshit that happens, and it will happen, you will find that success. You will be that person in that position that you envisioned yourself being. All because of determination. You see, determination, it's a quality, right? It's a quality that you have. To what degree is all based on training. What do you mean by that, Big? You guys all know I love science, right? Determination has been studied. The human resolve, they call it. The question begs itself, how do people survive, all right, in things like, okay, POW camps? How do people survive in war-torn countries? Determination. That human resolve, that survival instinct above and beyond. So you, because you basically broke a fingernail today, can't go on. Life is so friggin' horrible. Get out of here. That's not adversity. You see, so many people take something that is an issue and blow it out of proportion in order to make an excuse to get that sympathy vote so people can pat them on the back and go, oh, yeah, I know, I've been there. It's hard. That's because you lack determination. And I'm not talking down to you. I'm talking to you. We've all been there. But the question is, do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay there? Because talking about it doesn't change it. Doing something about it does. Doug says determination. That's why I show up every day. I appreciate that, Doug. I absolutely do. Morning, Isla from Melbourne. Glad so many Aussies are joining me in the house. You can be an Aussie can instead of an Aussie can also. You don't have to just be an American. I appreciate you saying that, Doug, because you can find inspiration from others like myself. I do appreciate that. But Doug and everyone else watching this, determination is solely your responsibility. Don't put that shit on me. Don't make me be the one to have to carry your friggin' baggage. I'm happy for the inspiration. But determination is your sole responsibility, brother. And I believe in you. And I believe in every one of you that you are all determined to be a better person today than you were yesterday. And that's what I do every morning. I wake up, like I said, I roll my freckled ass out of bed. I put those 13 and a half feet on the floor and I say to myself, Big, How can you be better today? Big, who are you going to help today, and how are you going to help that person be better? And if it means I have to come on these talks sometimes and put my size 13 and a half foot up your ass, so be it. I'm determined to make you better. But it's your responsibility to be determined to make it happen. You see, Tommy Lasorda, fantastic baseball skipper, said the difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a man's determination. You think Thomas Edison lacked determination? The man went through over 10,000 experiments before he created incandescent light. That's friggin' determination. Is determination something you're born with? Is determination something that's learned? Is determination something that you can buy on eBay? I think the first two are the answer. You're born with determination. Why else would you get your ass up and walk at such an early age? Because you wanted to explore. You wanted to create new worlds, and you couldn't do that sitting on your baby ass. But you can learn it too. That's called human resolve. How you handle adversity and how you come out the other side. That's determination. How you leverage that is success. I truly believe that people with determination earn respect. People are inspired by people who, against all odds, are determined to succeed. Despite mental, despite physical, despite environmental disabilities, they do it any friggin' way. So what's your excuse? What's your excuse? If you were to replace excuses with effort, if you were to replace laziness with determination, everything else will fall into place. It's that friggin' simple. Why make it harder than that? A roadblock comes up in your business when it comes to internet or network marketing. Go over, around, or through that shit. Because after a while, the more you cry wolf and you say, woe is me, somebody help me, I don't know what to do. Guess what? That gets old after a while. People want to be associated with doers, not mooers. What are mooers, Big? Those are those people that sit around like cows in the field and do nothing but eat grass and moo all day long and basically take craps. And we all know what happens to most of those in the end. They end up in your McDonald's and Wendy's burgers. Don't be a mooer, be a friggin' doer. That takes determination. I remember very distinctly playing football, and my high school coach, he talked about victory a lot. And a lot of people will assume that sports is like so focused on victory at all cost. And that's not necessarily true. You see, so many times in sports, victory is related to personal progress, building resolve, determination to see things through. And my coach said, victory is the child of preparation and determination. He didn't say it was the final score. Victory happens when you prepare and you're determined to win. He didn't say at all cost. You see, adversity prepares you to do one of two things: to throw up your hands and go, F it, can't handle it, or to say, shit, this sucks, but I'm going to get through this. That's determination. Napoleon Bonaparte said, the truest wisdom is resolute determination. Resolute determination. Focused determination. For those people that don't speak 14th, 15th century Napoleon Bonapartisms. But as I said, all of us have a goal in life, and it doesn't always necessarily have to do with digits on the end of our bank account. But I can tell you right now, no goal was ever met in the history of mankind without a little sweat. All right, a whole lot of sweat. If you want something, go get it, but you've got to work for it. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one. So put your ass to work. One of my favorite motivational speakers and sales trainer of all time, because I loved his trueness and just being him. And I say this to all of you all the time. You are unique. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be Tony Robbins. Don't even try to be my man, my favorite, Zig Ziglar. So sorry he's passed now and he's gone. Never got the chance to see him live, but I listen and re-listen to all of his stuff over and over again. And those that haven't had the opportunity, by all means, please check out any of Zig Ziglar's stuff. And my man Zig said, I believe success is achieved by ordinary people with extraordinary determination. I believe success is achieved by ordinary people with extraordinary determination. How friggin' powerful is that? Embrace the fact that you're friggin' ordinary. But is your determination extraordinary? And if it is, success is in your vision. You see, you don't need superpowers. You don't need to be Superman or Superwoman. Stop with thinking that you've got to put on this friggin' cape, that you got to beat your chest or blow yourself up like I do each morning. That's me. That's how I work. That's how I drive myself. You may do it differently. But here's the thing. Friggin' do it. Determination will get you through anything. How's that for friggin' superpowers? Anything. Once you make the decision to friggin' do it. And this is not a Nike commercial. I'm not talking about fitness or anything like that. I'm talking about your friggin' life. I'm talking about making that decision between do and don't. You know, all the shit I went through in my life based on my environment, where I was born, all that stuff, supposedly the odds stacked against me. I go on to basically be salutatorian of my high school. I go on to play football at a higher level after graduating from an Ivy League school, all from being born dirt poor, working in the agricultural fields from the time I was 7 years old to help put food on the table, working 30, 40 hours a week while going to school in high school. So what made me different than all those others that got caught up in the mire of that environment and turned to drugs and crime and everything else in Southwest Florida where I grew up? What made the difference? Was it these dimples? Thank you, Mom, for those. No, it wasn't that. Determination. Determination to be better than I was right at that moment. And I don't want to hear you say, oh, Bigg, I don't have it. Screw you and your victim-ass mentality. We all have it. Question is, can you turn it on? Question is, can you light it up? Question is, can you make it burn brighter than it currently does right now? Because guess what? That's the key. I survived and prospered because the fire inside me burned way brighter than the friggin' fires that were burning shit down around me. That becomes your answer. Do you burn brighter than all the cinders and the shit that's burning down around you? As I said, don't let me be your motivation. I'm happy to be an inspiration. But determination, that's your freaking responsibility. Don't put that shit on me. In the end, you know whether or not you gave it your best effort. You know whether or not you just went through the motions. And you don't need to be on level 1000 all the time like me. But damn it, you know you can turn that dial up more. As the famous quote from Spinal Tap says, this one goes to 11. Turn that shit up. Turn your determination factor up. Times 10 that shit. Or times 11, as they say. And stop keeping it on minimum. Will shit happen? Yes. Be determined to go through it. Will shit not go the way you envisioned it going? Yes. Turn that shit up to 11. Get through it. Those that have success in life and business, in relationships, make it a point to get through that shit. With determination, you can get through anything. Yeah, I said it. Anything. At the time, it may not seem so, but the beautiful thing about God or Allah or whoever you believe in or whatever faith, or maybe you don't, is that all of us were born with human resolve. It is such a unique quality. And if you haven't found it yet, find that shit. Find that shit, pull it out, blow it up, and use it. Because determination is a lot like me going in that gym right there. It's like a muscle you build. The more you use it, the bigger it gets. And the bigger it gets, the more shit you can accomplish. And the more shit you accomplish, the better you feel about yourself. And when shit does hit the fan, you say to yourself, hey, that's fine. This is what's going to make me who I am or who I'm not. And I ain't about to give up because some little shit came into my life and it's caused me to do a boo friggin' who. And as Bigg said, I'm determined to get through this because this is my responsibility. I'm not dumping my bucket of shit on anybody else. I'm carrying my own bucket. And I'm getting shit done. You know why? Because there's nobody better than me at being me. And I'm going to be the best damn me I can today. And that shit is going to see me through. It's your boy Bigg. Peace and love to all of you. I appreciate every one of you for joining in. I will catch you on tomorrow's Bigg's Morning Motivational Musings. Peace. I'm out of here.